Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Mossy aka Cybex Trades, and today we're going to be back with another trade recap slash review. Today is December 4th, 2023, and I don't know why I said that, but the whole full date. But yeah, today is the first Monday of December, and let's go ahead and break down the trades that I took today. So 0 out of 4 for me today, and yeah, so let's go ahead and break down what I was watching. So today's watch list, as you guys can see, I had Airbnb, SQ, and Coin on watch to the basically all of them to the upside. And first trade right off the open was Airbnb. So if we go ahead and look at Airbnb, overall the reason why I like this Airbnb trade was, if we go ahead and remove the levels here, let me go ahead and clear this. So if we go ahead and remove the levels here, clear this. Overall, the daily was a huge volume spike here, as you guys can see. Strong volume close, kind of like a bull flag, a breakout here. And yeah, just looked really good on the bigger time frame as well. So if we go ahead and look at the weekly, it looked good for continuation. I was hoping to, basically I was looking for a continuation above 135, and that was basically my game plan for the day. And if we go into the 4-hour time frame, looks good as well. You know, nice pop here, held it, and yeah, that's basically what I was looking for. And the trades that I first executed here were, if we go ahead and look on these default levels here that I have. So if we go ahead and look here real quick, so right off the open, I noticed, like, I don't know what this pre-market was. I'm not really, this ticker, did make some mistakes on it because it is my, you know, I don't trade this ticker often, so that's the only reason why. And that's one of the mistakes that I did, was I oversized a little bit. But yeah, this pre-market, I'm not really familiar with how this works, and I guess that should have been kind of a clue, you know, that it wasn't really there. Like sometimes what I've heard from traders is that, you know, some stocks pre-market tend to give a little bit of information and whatnot. And in this case, it turned out to be, I guess, somewhat true in terms of market participants. So if we go and look at here, basically off the open, I was like, okay. Initial plan was to go long above 136, and that was basically the goal, to go 136 to 137 for a scalp, to 138, 139, all these levels to 140. But I basically broke a rule here, and I entered not on the, I didn't really follow my plan, to be honest with you. Even though I had it laid out, didn't really follow my plan. I entered 2 contracts of the 140 calls at 287, so basically like right here. And the reason why I did that was because it was holding above VWAP, so I was like, you know what, we can send it here and just send it, you know, pull back, one little candle pullback. Volume looked low on this candle, so I was very confident that, hey, you know, since it's kind of giving that indication that, you know, this pullback on this red candle volume is lower and it's holding VWAP, we can just send it, you know. And basically that's what I was looking for, is to send it and break through this 136 level, which is a pre-market high, or the after hours high. And as you guys can see, that did not really happen. We kind of sent it a little bit. Contracts here were up like maybe $1 or not, and that's not really the risk to reward that I was looking for. So, you know, prior hand going into it, I don't know why. I mean, I do know why I risked 2 contracts. It's just, you know, my psychology that I need to work on. But yeah, eventually I just went into it, and I was like, okay, cool, you know, let's send it. And as you guys can see, this candle brought us straight right back down, and I was like, okay, really, like, what is this? And at this moment, I was like, okay, maybe, you know, I don't know the sticker a lot, I don't play it often, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of time to, you know, play out. So I was like, okay, cool. By then I should have reduced my risk here for one of the contracts, but you know, that's should have, could have, would have. But yeah, basically held the VWAP here. I was like, you know what, it's holding VWAP. Actually no, I exited right here into it. I was like, you know what, I wanted the move to happen right away, and I wasn't really gonna wait for that consolidation thingy. So as soon as it touched 134.50 below that VWAP, and I was like, okay, I'm out. And as you guys can see, it closed below it. I mean, it closed above it, and we had this little candle here and another what do you call it, dragonfly or whatever. I mean, I don't really care, to be honest with you, using dragonflies on the, you know, this hammer or whatever. I don't really care. I just want to see how the important thing is, when you're learning about candlesticks, is the psychology behind it. So yeah, buyers here, buyers here. We pushed it up a little bit, and I was like, okay, cool. Entered again here, the same contract at 99, and I was like, okay, if we hold 135, I'm gonna be confident to, you know, that we can get the same push again. I was like, okay, let me give it a second try, you know, because this name is looks good on the time frame as well, and overall just a good setup on the bigger time frame, multi-time frame analysis. And yeah, entered here. Stop loss was like basically 134.90. So entered here 135, like 135.15. Stop loss 135, 134.90, 95. And yeah, exited here at 0.91. And I was like, okay, I'm done. And the next trade, this was the 3rd trade, I believe, on SPY. I know the trade, I still took a 3rd trade on Airbnb, but this was my 3rd trade. So I was like, okay, let me switch over. And I see that we were kind of breaking out this pre-market on SPY. We were kind of gapping down here. And I was like, you know what, we could go for a gap fill here. So let me go ahead and, you know, my plan was initially to go long above, looking at my watch list here, my plan was initially to go up long on SPY, basically above 460, but that was basically after we gapped down, so I should have adjusted my plan. And yeah, and I was like, okay, we could fill this gap here if it holds this key level of 456.50 for me. And I was kind of holding it for a quick second. You know, we were kind of making this ascending triangle, if you want to call it, on the 1 minute, resisting, 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 and we kind of broke out of it. And I was like, okay, let me enter here. My stop loss was really tight. I was like, all right, this thing doesn't hold them out. You know, this level doesn't hold them out. I was going to be giving it a comfortable stop loss of around 456.45. That was basically my stop loss. So as you guys can see, we held it a little bit, wicked, and then dropped down. Couldn't hold the 90 EMA, couldn't hold the level. I was like, all right, I'm out. Entered two contracts once again, so basically oversized again. To be honest with you, after I just oversized prior, and that was basically the third trade. So let's go into the last but not least trade, back to Airbnb. And yeah, this was the last trade here. I noticed that we were kind of breaking out of this chop zone here, whatever you want to call this. I don't know, whatever this is, ascending triangle, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, broke out of here. I was like, you know what, we can send here. Okay, so it's holding 136. Let me go ahead and write back into the same contracts at 115. And held these, entered one contract only at 115. Stop loss was literally just right below 136. As soon as I saw the break of 136, I was out. And for a moment, it looks like we were going to send it. But this ticker, you know, once again, I don't even know. I'm not used to it. And it just basically jebaited me. So basically just baited me, in other words. And yeah, basically that's the little loss. Not a little loss, but took a hit on my account because of my sizing. Exited at 112. So overall, down on the day on the account, 43 bucks, 8 on SPY. SPY premiums actually moved decently, so I didn't take that much of a hit when it broke my key level. And yeah, basically I was not really aware looking back at this on the Airbnb premiums and how the deltas moved for this contract. Even though mine was way out of the money, as you can see, I'm using the 140 calls, so I was not expecting the delta to have that much of a, you know, fluctuation for the premium, but apparently it did so. And yeah, I took a hit that I should have not taken a hit, but overall it's still my fault, you know, oversized and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this trade for this day today. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.